The lubrication onto that in a minute. Oh, I've broke it now. I've pulled my knob off now. Right, today we're onto our gas system and we're going to be checking through on our service and just making sure that everything on our gas system is working and doing what it is doing. So previously we'd already checked on our regulator, we'd made sure that we've got no sound of any gas leaks. We did our gas pressure test and we've just tested the whole system, but now what we're actually going to do is check all the individual items. The easiest way to start that check is on our hob. So again, we're just going to bleed the gas through. It's not been on for a little bit of time, so it might take 30-40 seconds just to get the gas through the system. So we can see that our little igniter is actually sticking slightly, so what we'll do is we'll just put a little bit of lubrication onto that in a minute. Oh, I've broke it now. I've pulled my knob off now. So basically there's a little spring clip within here that sits in, and that's just come off. So again,
put your knob back on. Things
like that, just making sure that the actual spring clips, and again these little checks is all why we do this. A little bit of silicone spray is ideal for our little plastic switches like this. So if you find that you've got a switch sticking, a little bit of silicone spray is perfect for all of our plastics. On our hob, we want to make sure that we've got a nice blue flame, as we have now. When we turn it right down, that we've got no funny sort of spatters or no funny
pulses.
Yeah, so we've got no funny pulses of gas or anything like that, and we've got a nice even flame all the way through. So you can see that all of those are burning nicely and as they should do. We'll turn all of these off, and what we're listening for now is 3 clicks. So if we listen in carefully, only about 30 seconds. 1, 2, I don't know whether that first click was 2 going off, you know. I'll have to do
a lot louder than the second.
Yeah, I'll have to do them individually. So what we're actually listening for is the gas flame failure device cutting out. So as we turn that gas off, it's replicating, it's blowing the gas out, and what we should hear is each individual one make a click. So we know that one's good. Our next one. So we know that's all good. And what that's telling us, that the actual flame failure device then is working and doing as it should do.
So is that cutting the gas off once the flame's out?
So yeah, if I was to blow that out and the gas was now coming through, because if it had been that the wind had come through and blown it out, the gas would still be coming out. That click is the gas valve shutting off. So that lets us know then the actual gas valves on those are all working correctly, and the flame failure device is shutting that gas system off for us. Do the same on our grill, so we'll light this up, just make sure that it's burning and looking correct as it should do.
Is there like a little gap in between the flames, or is that normal?
Yeah, that is quite normal, to be fair. And again, sometimes with the grill, because it is such a big expanse, you'll get a slight bit of a flicker like we have there right at the very back. Well, that's actually joining the flame from either side. So again, as long as we've not got any big yellow flames, that's pretty good. We're all burning nice and blue. And again, you can't normally hear the flame failure device on these very well, to be fair, but we'll listen out for it.
Oh,
there we go.
yeah, quite loud.
Yeah. And then again, we'll do exactly the same on our oven. So So again, just making sure that once the control dial comes out, it stays lit. We'll pop that onto the highest setting, and we're going to do it slightly differently on this one. We'll turn that down to the lowest setting, turn it back up to the highest setting, just make sure it's all burning as it should do. Now you can see there's a little bit of yellow just on the very start of it, but the rest of it all is...
On the left?
Yeah.
Like the bigger flame?
Yeah. But all the rest of it is burning really nice and blue. So what we're going to do is leave that on the highest setting, and then in a minute we'll come back to that and we'll turn it down. Because these are working on a thermostat, when you actually turn the dial down, it's not like the old ones used to be. It's literally not going to turn the flame down until we get up to temperature. So we'll leave it on the highest setting, come back afterwards. When we turn that back down, we should then see the flame die down. So we'll leave that for a minute. We're going to select on our fridge the gas. Going to put it onto the highest setting, and then if we're listening, we should hear a slight clicking, and then we should hear the actual flame light up. I don't know. I don't think you can really.
Oh, it's come up with an error, I think.
Yeah, so it's not lit up. So again, select our gas again.
Turn it off and on.
Yeah, turn it off. Turn it back on again. Sometimes with your fridge, it can take a couple of goes because they don't get used on the gas very often. So this is something that's worth lighting up every 3 months. There we go.
I was going to say it stopped ticking earlier, so
Yeah.
I think it's lit.
And again, just every 3 months, if we actually run the fridge up on the gas, and that should then stop any problems causing or caused by just not getting any use on the gas system. So again, we'll leave that on for a while. Our oven now should be getting roughly somewhere near. So as we turn this down now on the thermostat, no, still not quite yet. So again, what did it then? No. Okay, we'll leave that on for a little bit, and we'll run our heating on the gas. So again, we've not got our water through the system yet, so it's only going to be our heating that we put on. So we'll put that right up to the high setting, come across to our power, and then we're going to use just our gas. And then what you can do is actually buy the boiler itself. It's underneath this seat. We should start to hear that kicking in a second. Take my microphone off. And then it should start to go through after about 30-40 seconds. You'll just hear the fan kick in, and we'll then start to hear a ticking noise again. And then sort of a roaring noise you should be able to hear now. And again, what we can just do then is pop outside and put our hand over the flue outside, and you should feel the actual gas coming through, and just actually blowing all of the exhaust out through that exhaust on the side, and you'll actually feel the heat coming from there. So we'll leave that on again for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just make sure it's getting up to temperature, and make sure the thermostat then is working as well. Back to our oven again. So hopefully, getting a bit closer now, there we go. So as soon as we're sort of getting up to temperature, then you'll see that flame is coming down. So we know then that our thermostat on the oven is actually working and doing as it should do. So again, we can turn that one back off. We know our oven is all good, so we can tick that one off of the list. We know our security of our gas cylinders is all good, so we can check that one off. We'll check all of our vents. So again, if you've got your caravan full of items, what you need to make sure is that you've got no blockages on the little gas air vent. So there's one over there, one over here. So you want to make sure that they're clear and you've not got things all over the top, because if you've got any gas leaks or anything, that is where the gas is going to escape. So you want to make sure that they're all left nice and clear if you're going to use your gas system on the caravan. Around by the boiler, etc. Again, we'll have other little vents either side that again you just need to make sure that they're nice and clear, so as that any gas leaks, it can just then go straight through, because the gas will drop because it's heavier than the air.
Oh, I reckon a lot of people don't know that, you know.
Yeah, no, most people sort of don't leave them clear, in all honesty. We'll just check our vents then, just make sure that we've got our heat coming out, and again you should be able to feel the heat blowing around the caravan now. And we'll check all of our different vents just to make sure that everywhere is doing as it should do. We haven't got one in the bathroom. Normally we get a little vent in the washroom, but we haven't on this one. That then, again, we'll make sure that the fridge is cooling down. We'll make sure that that heating system is blowing the heat around and keeps churning that out and doesn't kick out for any reason. We'll make sure that the thermostat is working as it should do. And that is pretty much your gas system all checked through. Obviously, this doesn't replace a service. You're still going to need to have your caravan serviced, but it just gives you an idea of how to go through your caravan and check all of your appliances on the gas system. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.